Hello, welcome back. Good morning. All right, it's today's Real podcast with Kristina G, Rich T. We got Stevie E, our producer. That's what's up. And we got Aimee B as a guest today. That's what's up. We're getting it done.
Rhyme time, guys. It's rhyme time around here.
We're keeping it current and real with real estate information for you. As always, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, and follow us, please. It makes a big deal for us, so we appreciate it.
It does, and we would like your feedback on a lot of things, so feel free to share.
We're here from Inspired Title Group / Inspired Development Group again, same place we were last week. So I want to start off with a gift. I forgot to introduce Wilson's back. We got to have Wilson.
Wilson's always here. He's always lurking.
I was listening to the...
doing that and hide him in spots.
You got to find Wilson?
Lurker.
Where's Wilson? Think of, everybody who's just listening on the podcast they're gonna lose. They're never gonna find Wilson. He's in the corner. Wilson, I was listening to the podcast, checking, seeing how we sounded and how it came off, and I never really explained Wilson. I just said Wilson. I never said, it's a volleyball with a handprint on it, guys. So everybody listening, that's who Wilson is.
It is the true Wilson from that movie that we must not name.
So I promised gifts today. The first one is actually for Kristina. She doesn't know about this, so I'm going to tell you why. Surprise! So, yes, it was your birthday a couple weeks ago. Happy birthday. Stop! Don't look yet. You're such a cheater. This is why we use tissue paper. I understand, I did the gift. There's a gift bag with me doing this. But I understand why people do tissue paper now. Yep. Anyways, we'll make sure you open it in front of everybody now that they're all excited. The reason I got this, yes, it was your birthday 2 weeks ago, but that has nothing to do with it. Happy birthday from everybody.
You.
Facebook world and all our Facebook friends and podcast peeps and everybody says happy birthday. I'm speaking for them. I want to tell them about how we first met.
Okay.
And that's why I got this for you. So some things went sideways on me. I had to do my first listing. Ever. Super nervous. I knew a little bit how to enter it in the system, but I really couldn't do it completely, and I was nervous about getting it done right. I called my normal contacts, weren't available, and the client's like, hey, I really want this up for this weekend. Okay, here we go. So what do? Little bit of panic set in. I said, screw it. There's this girl in my brokerage. I've heard awesome things about her. I'm going to call her. So I'm like, hey, Kristina, this is Rich, acting all cool, just introducing myself, relaxed, So what you got going on? And then, bam, rolled right into it. I need your help. I'm in a bind. And she came off. She's like, no problem. What's going on? Where are you at? She was on her way to stage a home. And she actually offered to stop and come meet me wherever I wanted. I'm like, wow, keep in mind, I've never met you or I never met her before. So I was like, that's awesome, but don't do that. I'll meet you at the house. Drove out there. We got the listing knocked out. And then we went back to... I went back to my house because it was getting late. She went to hers, got on FaceTime Live, and we finished the information, the description of the home. It took us till about 2 a.m. So someone I never met before called out of the blue, and I'm like, hey, I need your help. Met up, took care of business. I mean, it just... You're top notch with me from then. That's not normal. I think you're amazing, and that's so awesome. You did that for me. I'll never forget it. So I wanted to give you a gift for it. I wanted to explain to everybody how much it meant to me and how awesome it was, and then we'll explain a little bit about the gift. So
can I open it out?
You can open it. Surprise.
Okay. Do you guys see? Okay, so obviously, podcast folk, you guys can't. Do you guys see this? Okay, go.
We're gonna
but wait,
okay,
there's more.
She got Dunkin' Donuts.
Might have a slight obsession with
a little bit.
Little energy cold brew action. What's up? If you don't know about it, try it. Thank you, Rich.
You're very welcome. So Dunkin', I actually stopped at Dunkin', and I asked them to sponsor us. And they looked at me, they're like, no. No idea what you're going to say. We can't be part of it. I'm like, I'm still going to drink your coffee. It's fine, but I couldn't get a sponsor. I'm like, give me some mugs or something, whatever. So the gift is a buzzer. For everybody who
this is not just a buzzer.
That's a buzzer. So the buzzer's part of our podcast here. The reason for the buzzer is when we get out of control or maybe start saying things we shouldn't have or we interrupt each other or just rude, whatever it is, you get buzzed.
So we're going to put it right here in the
We're
middle.
going to put it behind Wilson.
Sorry, guys. Wilson's going to block it, but you'll hear it.
So we got a buzzer, yeah. If we need someone to be quiet or, for a second, you just, and then you just put your head down and then
Shame.
You got
it's
shame.
The buzzer.
You got to be
Shame. It's better than our original idea of the bottle of champagne or cocktail, and every time actually it's not better than that.
This is part of it. We're getting there. We talked about it a little bit last week. Yeah. Every time you get buzzed, you have to take a drink. Yeah, we're going to get there. Like,
we're doing it.
We'll go to that level.
Thursdays are going to be a real shit show from this point on.
Hey, the audience can drink with us. So every time we drink, they drink.
Yeah. Take a shot of whatever it is you have.
Yeah.
Not while you're driving, though. Drive safely, please.
Well, and then leave comments after the pod. Immediately afterwards, I want to see those. Yes.
Do it.
Those feel good buzz
Love
comments.
It. Love it.
So we're talking
Thank you
new construction.
again.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. That was easy for me. We're talking new construction today.
Yes.
So what we have is just a little bit of statistics. New construction is hot like the rest of the market. It's increased in volume, in demand year over year. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger in the market. We did have a little hiccup in April and May due to COVID, but the numbers are picking back up. Going back to, we were talking a little bit about the recession and what happened. Do you want to go ahead and pick up from there?
So, back 2018, 2010 recession?
2010, yes. The 2008, 2010.
Obviously,
changed?
we all know about that and how that was detrimental to the market and to everything in general. Obviously, with the banks and all of that, new construction pretty much came to a complete halt, right? And obviously, because people weren't able to buy homes. So what was the point of throwing up new homes when you can't afford it? But fast forward to today, and there's a huge demand for new construction. There's a huge demand for homes in general. So yeah. No, I'm saying like you.
Yeah, so I started this podcast again. Last week I did the same thing. I was so nervous. And I'm da-da-da, and I'm speaking fast. My breathing's not strong. I'm saying a lot. And then I did it again this week. I'll get into it. Like, it'll become natural eventually, guys. Thank you for watching the pain. It's not easy to do. And like, I could see people cringing, like, watching me, like, oh, he's so nervous again.
Right. Stop saying, Kristina, stop moving around and fidgeting so much. I'm like, I'm sorry.
So what we could do is every time we say they have to take a drink. We may have to take that away. every time we say or you hear the buzzer, you got to take a drink.
It's like Family Feud up in here. Bam. Oh, that's good stuff. So I do have a question though. I know we have topics we're gonna hit, but I do want to throw the question out there for the viewers about new construction and how you guys feel about that. So if you're watching, listening, if you at some point can give us your feedback, we'd appreciate it. I ummed it. I want to know what your thoughts are on new construction, and if you would rather have a new build, if you're hesitant about new builds, if there's a reason that you prefer a home that's 10, 20, 30, 40 years old already or more, whatever. I didn't say it.
It's okay.
I want that feedback. I want to hear what people have to say about that. In my eyes, I prefer new construction because I know obviously it's under warranty. There's perks to it, right? Everything's brand new. But what is your reasoning for not wanting, or what's your hesitation when it comes to new construction? And I don't necessarily mean designing and building from the ground up. I mean, if there's a home that's coming to market, brand new, just being listed, and it's a new build, do you prefer that? Do you walk away from that? And I'm talking in your price point. I'm talking apples and apples. So if you're looking at a house that's $220,000, that's 60 years old, versus a brand new house for the same price point, what's your take on that? Why do you want the older house? Why do you want the newer house? I just want that information
feedback?
from, I want the feedback.
Sure, please post your response. Let us know. And the more we know our clients, the more information we'll give you based on your thoughts and feelings, questions. We'll circle back to the changes in the environment, the new construction.
Okay.
So we're saying the builders, we had a lot of inventory before the recession.
Right.
A ton. They were
throwing them babies up.
Yes, they were millions deep into their inventory, and then everything stopped, and it scared them. A lot of them went under. The value wasn't there for the homes they built. What they priced them, and they sat on that inventory for a long time. So as we came out of that, those behaviors changed for builders. They no longer wanted to get deep into the properties. They wanted to limit what inventory or risk they had on the market.
Right.
So the amount of new construction out there is very small compared to what it was.
Yeah, before they were throwing up left and right, probably had multiple jobs all at one time. What I would say probably 5 houses at an average. A builder would have like at a time. It was just constant rotation.
Wilson, what's that average?
Wilson, what do you think?
Yeah, 5.
But I'm just saying, like in general, I feel like before it was like that. They were just throwing them up left and right, and now it's more, hey, let's be more wary and let's start a few builds, get those under contract, which they are going under contract right away, as we know. They're not lasting very long. So I think it's a big change, and I think also anti-pred has a huge part in that, to where you can't overlist, you can't oversell, you can't charge somebody more, and that's also on the lender side, but obviously that has to do with builders as well.
Right.
Because you can't go if the house appraises and the house is worth $200,000, you can't turn around and sell it to somebody for $400,000. You can't do that to somebody. Obviously, if that person wants to come up with an additional $200,000 out of their own pocket, not on the lending side, and pay that, you're more than welcome. But you're not going to do that. You're already upside down in the house. No one's going to do that, and you're now protected. The buyer is now more protected than they have ever been.
Correct, and they should be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's part of our role too. Average new construction home, 3 months. It's off the market in 3 months if it's not a pre-sold.
Right.
So, but a lot of these companies, they're targeting the pre-sold construction, and there's a lot of benefits to that. Why we want to get it pre-sold. Thoughts on that?
So I love pre-sale. Obviously, you have a part when the home is going up, right? Say that it's just the renderings that are up, and you like the lot, you like the location, you like the blueprints and the rendering, and you're like, okay, let's go in under contract on that. You also have a part as the home is going up. If there's something you want to change, I changed my mind, I don't like that countertop, or can we pick this color cabinet? You have the opportunity to select all that, and you're customizing the home, but keeping it in your budget. You have certain options versus a home that's already up. You can't change it after it's already up. But when you're a part of the process of that new build, you can kind of like really make it your own. So for me, that's a benefit. I like that. And obviously, the contractors love the pre-sales, the builders, the agents love the pre-sale. It just makes us feel better about it, and it gets you what you truly want, which is really our job. A lot of people don't think, that it's the real estate, it's the broker. They just in and out. It's like, no, I love first-time home buyers, because I love that like thrill and the, oh my gosh, this is my home, and they walk in and they can see everything they're going to do with it, and it's just a really good feeling. It's a nice chapter to be a part of their life. That first step, that, you know what I mean? It's like a little baby when they take their first step. The mom and dad, they love that. Like, I'm not your mom and dad, I'm a broker, but I love your first step. You're going into your house, you know what I mean? Like, first-time home buyers are my favorite. I totally got off track there.
That's okay. We got this.
So, but yes, pre-builds. I love to sell pre-builds. They are, new construction is flying off the market. Look at the subdivision that I'm working with the builder, and then look at Shadow Walk and DeMott. We had those 2 homes go up, and they weren't even complete. Both were under contract.
A lot less than 3 months. Yeah, you're talking days.
Yeah, it's going.
It's a crazy market. Again, we talked about this last week. It's a buyer's market. Mm-hmm. It's a seller's market. It's a builder's market. The market's amazing right now. We have the inventory turning quick. It's not on the market for very long, which is making it a great seller's market. You're getting your asking price in a lot of cases. Yep. The buyers have all-time low interest rates. So they're locking into these wonderful rates. Even though they're paying closer to asking, they're still getting a wonderful rate when they pull a mortgage on it. And the builders, they're turning their properties quick.
Right. And that's what he means when he says it's a buyer's market and a seller's market, because some people are like, how can it be both? Well, the sellers, they can't keep their homes. They're selling before they're even listing. You get the word out that, hey, I'm going to put my home up for sale, and boom, you have offers coming in. It's kind of crazy. And then the buyers, obviously, you have incredible rates. It's unreal. So bust a move. Go out there and get pre-approved. Check it with your bank, your lender, whoever. It's worth it. It's a good time to do it.
Aimee is going to be here in a few minutes, and she's going to go more into, she's the president of the development company, and she's going to go more into the advantages that the clients have. Before she gets in here, though, I'm going to go over 5 things. Okay. 5 very important things that we do for our clients when they're buying new construction. Yep. All right, so I'm going to throw them at you. You just let me know your thoughts on these. So number 1, realtors, as a realtor for our clients in new construction, we're talking, they rely on us to know when it's the right time to buy. So when I tell you right time to buy, and I know we kind of just reference that a little bit, but talk to me about why it's the right time to buy new construction for our clients.
Sure. So obviously economy, obviously rates. All factors of what is happening right now, all parts of what is happening right now factor into why it's a good time to buy. And a lot of people would be hesitant because of what's going on. But if your job is stable, you have income coming in, again, the rates are incredibly low. It's just, why wouldn't you buy now?
It's a great time, yes.
It truly is. There's so many benefits to it. Again, inventory, yes, inventory is low, but the new builds are popping up left and right. I just, honestly, I can't.
If for some reason the market's changing, we also got our thumb on the pulse of the market. Mm-hmm. We understand this. We understand lot costs.
Yes.
So I couldn't tell you how many lots I priced and checked and drove the subdivisions. So I know what the cost of the lot should be, and if they're off, why it's higher, why it's lower, what to look out for. Mm-hmm. Number 2 on our list is we know the builders.
Yes.
So why is that important?
So having a broker, right? We're a part of a team. Not essentially a team that's united together. We obviously can go through different people, different lenders, different builders. But when you know those builders and you work with certain builders all the time, you know what to expect. You know their quality of work. And it's almost as if we can vouch for that builder. If I know that I would want that builder to build my home, why wouldn't I brag about them and say, hey, I could validate them, vouch for them and say, hey, listen, they're an incredible company to work with. They know what they're doing. Purchasing a home is a huge, huge step in your life. And you want that purchase to be secure. You want to feel good about what you're buying. When we as the agent know and work with the builder, you should feel more comfortable because we're here to protect you. Essentially, we truly are. We're here to do for you and make sure you're happy, make sure you get what you want. And also, when we work with the builder and you, we can go back and forth between the two of you. Okay, well, hey, they want to change this. Is this doable? Is this feasible? Can this happen? Versus where it's like an other party, third party, where you have to go through somebody else to get to that person, and then you have to wait to get that feedback. We have it, boom, boom, boom. It's a phone call away, a text message away, an email away, FaceTime, anything. I love working with the builders.
And even if our clients go with a builder we haven't worked with before, we're not familiar, we've worked with other builders. Yeah. We know how that goes. Mm-hmm. We know the systems. We know what to expect. We know how to negotiate, which is coming up in a minute. And we could just jump right into that one. The third thing we could do is we could negotiate for our clients when it comes to these contracts.
I mean, that is our job. Our job is to negotiate for you. If you want something, if there's something, so the house that I just sold, it was a beautiful 1 acre. Builder left certain trees up, right? The buyer came in. The buyer did not want those trees in front of that house. Agent negotiated back and forth, and we was like, no, he loves the house, but he doesn't want those trees. So we negotiate, okay, can we trim the branches that are hanging over the house? There's other people who do want the trees. It just, everything is a negotiation. That's what we always say. Hey, if you want something, ask for it. There's nothing wrong with taking that shot. We may not get everything, but I guarantee you we'll get you most of what you want.
Yeah, we'll work. We'll work for you.
We will try.
So that, again, these just kind of roll into it. And then the fourth thing is we advocate and stand up for you. Yeah. We fight for you as you being our clients. We fight for you every bit of the way.
Yeah.
And when things aren't going right, when we question something or you question it, we'll fight for you. Yeah, we're a voice. We're a professional voice for you.
Yeah, we back you.
Yeah, we make sure you don't get bullied by builders. Unfortunately, not everybody has our representation, and then they're not familiar with what should be happening or what they should be paying for.
Right.
But we get to put a halt on that, and we're on your side and through the whole process.
Yeah.
And the last thing is we help through the inspections and the contingencies.
Yep.
So the inspections, normal. Anybody who's purchased a home or been through a sale, you understand the property gets inspected to make sure it's up to code and then everything's in working order. Contingencies is something different. Not everybody may know what a contingent sale is in new construction. So do you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, so contingent. If you are listing your home, you want to sell your home in order to buy the next one, that is a contingency. If you find a home that you love and you want to purchase, and you want to go ahead and put in that offer, but you haven't sold your home yet and you can't balance 2 mortgages, your home, we would put the offer in contingent upon either a purchase agreement or contingent upon closing, which means you already have a contract for your current home. That's a really big deal. If that there's multiple parties involved at that point, which means everybody really has to stay on schedule. All parties have to work together. So whoever, if we're not the ones who are selling your house, so say we're not licensed in the state that you're selling, but you're coming over here to Illinois or Indiana, which both of us will be licensed in Illinois. Are you licensed in Illinois already?
I am not yet.
Okay, so we're both, because that was because of COVID and everything shut down. So we'll both be licensed in Illinois. We're already licensed in Indiana. We, of course, have agents from our company that work in Illinois. But anyway, back to the point. If you are selling a home, we need, as your agent buying the next home, we need to stay in communication with all parties listing the house of your first home. Am I making this really complicated?
No, you're okay. Keep going.
Okay, good. So there is a domino effect. If one thing gets thrown off from your sale, that throws off your purchase. So it's very important that all parties understand, and I don't necessarily mean you as the client, I mean the other agent, the lenders, title companies from the other side, all the way over to us as the agents, lenders, mortgage company, title company over here. All parties really have to work together, because if that sale falls through, say that you're listing your home and you get all the way through inspection and something happens and you guys are not agreeing on the inspection response, right? So when you get inspection, you get an inspection report, and then you're going to get an inspection response from the person who is potentially buying your home. If you don't agree with what they want fixed, you won't give a credit, that deal could potentially fall through. If that happens, now your new purchase completely stops. So it's really important that everybody stays in line and we all communicate with each other and keep that timeline on schedule so that closing A can go and then closing B can happen. Because the last thing you want is to fall in love with a home, go to sell your home, and then that falls apart and you lose this house because now is that builder or that seller going to wait another month, another 3 weeks? Potentially, normally it takes, 30 to 45 days to close on the home. Right. You still have to have a new appraisal. You have another inspection done. They don't have to use the inspection or the appraisal that was previously done. So you're starting the whole thing over again. So it's really important to stay on track with all of that.
100%.
And again, that's our job. We protect you. We don't want that to happen.
So they have a saying for us to sum that all up, that we're the glue that keeps it together. And especially in a contingent offer, we keep everything on track, everything together, timed right, to have the best impact or financially what's best for our clients.
We should change that to like we are the trusses of your house or something. You know, like
can-
the trusses
we can
and
do
like the
that.
frames.
We're
and
independent
all that.
contractors.
Oh,
We
yeah,
can
I
do
like
it.
that. I like that. Notate.
Yes, right. Done. Got a logo. Everything's in my head. Stevie, Mr. Producer, can you go get Aimee, please? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You are appreciated.
So Aimee is president, like I said earlier, of Inspired Development. She has done multiple projects ongoing right now, subdivisions, new builds, flips. They have a lot going on. So I don't want to get into too much of what she's doing because I don't know what she's going to. She's
Yeah,
a
she'll
lot
share
to
all
pick
of that
from.
with us.
So she's going to share information about what the new construction business looks like from a development company's point of view, what they do for the clients, how they work with us.
Here she comes.
I was watching you guys,
Yes,
so I knew
yes.
Welcome, Aimee.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, guys.
So
Hi,
this
world.
is Aimee. So you were watching, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, hey, that's
This is
Aimee. Sledgehammer Aimee.
I like that name better than the president, I think. I like Sledgehammer Amy.
I'm writing that one down.
T-shirt.
Members only jacket.
It's coming. Don't worry. It's on the list of things to do.
I was just alluding a little bit to how much you juggle. And through title, through the development company, the projects you have going on, like. So we did get you a gift since we didn't get Drew on last
my
week.
gosh, stop
it!
Look at that. This is why you need to be a guest on shows. When they approach you, don't be scared. They buy me stuff.
I hope Drew's
I'll come
watching
back
this.
next
'cause he's
week.
like, what?
You guys
Like, I got nothing, and she's.
It's got stickers.
It's got stickers.
It's got-
It
It's
starts
sparkly
this
like-
month. It's
Okay,
sparkly.
bye guys. Thank you.
So it's also sponsored by Me to We. So part of the proceeds of that do go to teachers to help support the education for children.
How cool
So
is that?
yes,
And another thing that I juggle,
Yeah.
teaching dance as
Yes.
well as everything else. So, yeah, this is great.
Right.
There was a method to his madness.
I knew he knew that somehow subconsciously. So
I'm going to call you the Mad Hatter from now on.
Done.
You got a new title.
We all get T-shirts.
see?
We all
Yeah, I
get
got
T-shirts
you.
next
Puppy
time.
paint T-shirts, tie-dye
All right.
baby.
All right, Aim. Plug. Oh, here he comes, guys.
This is utter crap.
Come on, this is Drew. This is yes.
This is utter BS.
Look at
Drew got nothing. He didn't even get coffee last night.
penalty.
Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you. That made my day.
That was good. That was good. And she got a sprinkle donut, guys. Hey, Drew, how about that?
I thought that was my present, so I got a double present. I'm spoiled
Best day ever.
because you know my
That's
birthday's
awesome.
coming up. It's next week. It's like you knew that.
I did. Yes, I know that.
I know.
But now we're gonna get you another gift. 'Cause I didn't think this was your birthday gift, so good plan. So,
Love it.
All right, you're in charge
All
of the birthday gift.
Okay, that's fine. I can handle that. I'm good at that. Ames, plug Inspired Development Group. Tell us where you're building, what you have going on.
Cool. Yeah. So
Give us the goods.
as Rich kind of stated, I started this whole thing actually in title. That was like how I got introduced to everything real estate related. I went to school to be a history teacher. Here's a little background on me. And I've actually known Drew for probably 15 years. I went to school with his son, so like we've always known each other. So I teach dance part-time, and Drew was like, I'm looking for someone to do titles. And I was like, well, that's kind of like history, I guess. So my, grandpa would be proud. So yeah, I kind of got really excited about it. And then he introduced me to the fact that he had a development company. And I mean, as far as I knew from development, it was helping my dad fix the deck in the backyard. And it was all like doing stuff with my hands and being hands-on was always super interesting to me. Like, whenever anyone needed help with anything, I was there to kind of do the home remodeling stuff with them. And then he's like, okay, well, I want you to actually move on with this and be the president of my company. And I was like, okay, rewind, backtrack a little bit. So he was like, you know what you're talking about. You know this business. You're a woman, and let's do this. Let's go. Let's charge. So it started with some rehabs in Maywood. Like, that's where I first got introduced to this whole thing. And then he bought 3 lots in Deer Creek out in Winfield, Crown Point. That was March Yeah, it was March of this year. And so we just finished construction on our first house. And that was actually the first new construction I ever got to see from beginning to end. So I will never forget. So I saw this huge hole that they dug. And I was standing there looking at it, and I'm like, this is small. And he's like, excuse me? And I was like, this house looks tiny. And he's like, well, it's getting taller this way. And I was like, yeah, I just think it's too small. And then I'm an idiot because once like the walls and stuff actually went up, he's like, I was like, this house is massive. So it's like, it's one of these weird things that you don't really know it until you're in it.
Yeah, it's deceiving.
Same thing happened to me. That's what it's deceiving. I look at foundations. I'm like, what are they?
Why is there a 10-foot hole? Like,
Yeah,
what are we
are
doing?
they building tiny houses?
Yeah, right?
That's
Exactly.
the first thing you think when you see a foundation.
Yeah.
Imagine how the clients feel who have no experience with this, and they're looking and they're like, oh,
I'm paying
panic
how much for
ensues.
what?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
This is my home.
this
Like
is
this
it,
is
huh?
where you need the experience.
looks
Explain
good
to
on
them. Be like,
paper.
yes.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
Right, where's the rest of it? So we actually just sold our first house. We got a contract on it a couple of weeks ago. So now we're breaking ground on the newest one, still in Deer Creek. In this house, hopefully we're going to either put a picture in, put a something in so you guys can see the layout for this new house, it's in a cul-de-sac, which is super cool. So it's got a side enter garage. I love this because every day is different. It's like, it's a new journey, it's a new adventure, it's a new drawing, it's a new idea.
Yeah.
So it's like a side load garage with the front door on the main side, like off the cul-de-sac street, and it comes around. So it's super exciting. I love this house.
What's the square footage? There's no contract on it yet, right? Because it
No.
hasn't even started. So
No.
give the people, if you're looking, why don't you plug square footage, bedroom, bathroom,
It's
anything
Realtor.
like that.
Do you want to?
2600.
Actually, Rich is listing
I'm
this
listing.
house. So I'm gonna let him
Yeah,
take
we're
the lead on this one.
2600. We're 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Grand foyer.
Oh my god,
This
house
beautiful.
is
Yes.
BA. I love this house.
Is this the blueprints I saw?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is that baby. So like Kristina said, this house is not under contract, but something that I've really, really wanted to do is be able to work with a family that purchases a home before it's actually completely constructed, like a pre-constructed home, because that way you can make.
Is he coming to talk about
He's
it?
coming again. Oh, he's bringing the flyer
He's
to the
bringing
house.
a flyer.
Look at that.
Stevie's a magician, and he was going to do this, but here's this for you, if you want to do a little more reading on. But anyway,
We'll
so
add this after too, so everybody can see it. If you're interested,
Yeah,
hit Rich up.
So yeah, I mean, we have options of like removing a bedroom if you only want 3 bedrooms and turning it into, a giant closet, or, make the foyer a little bigger, or whatever you want to do.
Flex room.
Oh,
which
there's
apparently is like the new thing these
wait.
days. Yeah, it's called the flex room.
The
Explain.
room.
Sorry, I have not heard about this yet.
So it's not a den.
Okay.
It's not an in-law suite.
Okay.
It's not a playroom for the children.
Okay.
It's a flex room.
Like flex?
Yeah, it's or a workout room. Yes.
Apparently you can just
I guess
play
we need
whenever
to
you
clarify
want.
that because everybody thinks
Yeah.
it's a workout
Yeah.
room now. Good
I think
point.
of iron pumping room
Yes.
when I hear flex room.
It's flexible to the
the
needs of the
iron.
family.
So you can make it whatever you want, but as the listing agent, you don't want to specify that it's like an extra nursery or playroom. Because
Or an
what if
office
you're,
or a-
yeah, what
Yeah,
if you're
you're
talking
locking
to somebody who doesn't have kids or doesn't need a home office? So it's the flex room.
I don't know about that name.
Yeah, we didn't either, but hey, apparently that's what the people want these
So
days.
again, we'll create a new one.
Give us your input on that, guys.
Yeah. What's a better name than flex room? Maybe they're, like I said, I think pump and iron. So that's where my flex goes. But yeah, so now we're, like I said, we're digging a hole in next couple of weeks, and then we're working on 2 projects out in Maywood right now, and got one in Chicago that we're working on. So yeah, we're working, we're getting stuff done.
A lot going on.
It is, yeah.
So how long was the home that you guys just went under contract? How long was that actually listed and up before you went under contract?
It was 2 weeks.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, and that was like kind of middle COVID time, so people were, trying to tour the house online. And I promise you, like, the pictures are great, but it doesn't actually do the house justice. Like, new construction like that, you have to be in the house, you have to smell the new paint, you have to
Yeah.
see the floors. Like, there's
Feel
just
the vibe.
Yeah.
Walk in and it's that vibe. Again, like I say, the wedding dress. I know men, you don't understand that. But it's just overall, I don't know, what do you guys do? Like tuxedo? Like, what's
Yeah, we show up for an appointment time.
like when you smoke
And then we're told that we
it?
don't-
you do what you're told so you don't get in trouble.
That's it.
It's that feel good vibe when you walk in, and if you could walk into a home and just start picturing where your stuff is going, you know that, boom, that's that moment.
Yeah, like these people, the buyers on this house, they knew they wanted a pool. Like, so as soon as they walked in there, It's kind of like got a downslope in the back, and they're like pool, like no questions, no anything. I see a pool there. We want no grass, no landscaping, no sod. Like we want a pool.
Perfect.
So it's like you can see that. I told them to put a slide out the master bedroom to go into the pool, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But yeah, like you said, once you walk into a house like that, you can actually visualize your life there. So,
Yeah.
and that's one of the coolest parts of this job, like being able to make people have their forever homes or their dream homes. Like buying a house is a huge thing. Like it's a pivotal moment in your life. You were talking about that, like how you're changing lives, and I think that's the coolest part of why I love this job so much. It's changing lives. It's helping people. It's cool. I love it.
It's the positive with all the negative going on. It's the positive. It's that feel good moment.
Yeah.
It truly does. It feels good when you see somebody get so cheesy and so excited.
Yeah.
And just like the joy, and then you have closing day and they're just so stoked and they walk in like it's amazing. It's a good feeling.
We did this project out in Hanover Park that was it was like a gut job because it got burned. So like we had to tear it down to sticks pretty much. And when they closed on the house, the seller or the buyer like was dancing out of the room. I was like, oh my, like this is why we do this. Like this is a house a person would never think that they could have or they could own, and like we make it happen. And she was jigging out the front door. It was awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Pre-sold. We are getting into that a little bit, and I wanted you to just talk to our audience about what it's like if you sign up to have the house built early before we break ground, and what does it look like with change orders and building it to your specifications?
Yeah, I mean, it's the best thing. It's ordering a cheeseburger however you want it. Yeah. You know, it's like I said, you could change the bedrooms, you could change like paint colors, finishes, countertops, bathrooms, appliances, like everything is completely catered to how you want it, which is it's cool. Like I said, I've never gotten the opportunity to do that yet, but I'm hoping that down the road that I actually get to work hands-on with a buyer to give them exactly what they want.
Oh,
like
100%.
right?
Yeah, that's
Drew
awesome.
loves rounded corners. Like that's his big thing. Like
please round your corner.
every corner, it's just got a little round to it, so it's not sharp and pointed. So maybe you love rounded corners, and maybe you don't. That would be your choice. Like I said, kitchen countertops. Do I want an island? Do I do butcher block in my island? Like
Yeah, do I want a sink in the island? Do I want to put... Nowadays, everyone's putting... a majority of people are putting... the builders, I'm sorry... outlets in the island, so that if you want to take
in
your
Indiana, that's
kitchen-
mandatory.
Is it?
I just found that out.
I love that.
yeah.
Also, in
Sorry to interrupt
Indiana, no, you're good. In Indiana, guys, so I'm big on this. I can't stand, and I know it's normal, but outlets in the wall. You know how your outlet is usually up, your plug is up, a foot, 2 feet, 18 inches, whatever it is, up the wall. That drives me insane. Did you know for a little extra money, you can put it in your baseboard? You have to have bigger baseboards. You have to have it approved by the county, but you can put your outlets in the baseboards, so that way you don't have these things halfway up your walls.
I did not know that.
And that's a little thing that nobody else would notice besides Kristina. So thank you for bringing that to the world.
This is one of the reasons we have here. We have a lot, but this is one of them. Like,
That's a $40,000 upgrade. Putting
It's not. Don't let us tell you guys that. It's not. It's a couple thousand, but hey, it's worth it. You'll thank me later. Go ahead.
Finishing basements, that's another thing. Like, because a lot of them are built just, they're framed. We do rough and plumbing in the basement bathrooms, but if you buy a house and you want a basement finish, that's another option. Is like a pre-sold. So yeah, pre-sold is fun.
it's awesome.
I've heard.
It's the wish list. You hit we deal with a lot of clients, and there's a must-have list and their wish list, and they kind of compromise with a lot of what they're looking for. But that pre-sold construction, they have
It's
a
100% your
lot
call.
more control.
Yeah.
And then you get the house you want instead of the other way. If you wait till it's built and then purchase the home, that's great. However, the builder made those choices.
Right.
Yep.
Based on the
Right.
spec or what fit that plan.
Yeah.
But if you negotiate and sign up early,
For sure.
then you can make those choices.
Yeah. I would say if you're looking for a new home, try to do pre-construction. Bye.
So and they should contact you, right?
Me, yes.
right.
I have to redo this.
Sledgehammer
So you can actually
Aimee.
see my phone number.
But
yes,
We will add it. Producer, we'll add it. Don't worry, we'll link
he's
it.
yawning.
Do.
I'm really boring.
You're not very boring.
He's just young. We got him up at 6:30 this morning.
I got him iced coffee. I did my
And
best.
it's gone. Trust me, it's gone. I saw
It was
that.
gone 2 hours ago.
It
I
was the
think.
medium. I shouldn't be cheap. Maybe I'll get him the large next time.
Get that energy shot in it.
Yeah, so we actually have a couple new exciting things in our pipeline. We're talking about, I don't know how much, Drew, how much information? We're talking about doing something big, so stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
So if you were not supposed to ask me,
I was waiting for you to sprint down the hallway at me. But yeah, new exciting projects that we're growing, and yes, follow us because you will then find out what I'm talking about as soon as I know if I can talk about it.
You got them hooked. Now they have to tune in. When can they hear about it and where?
But wait, there's more.
But it is. I'm an infomercial. Well, we made a step yesterday, so hopefully in the next week we'll know if it's happening.
Nice. We'll make sure to mention
It would be the
on
best
our
birthday
show
present
after
ever.
it's
It would be. Yes.
So it's for your birthday.
Yes. Hopefully.
Exciting.
It is.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I still love the titles. I still will never give that up. But development is pretty cool. It's a nice excuse to get out on Fridays and look at all of our projects. And it's always fun to. I get to garbage pick. Drew lets me go into these houses before we actually
She's a hoarder. In case you don't know, she should be on that what is that show?
Hoarding Buried Alive.
The Pickers, where they go and they find all these houses out in the country, and they're like, "Hey, can we go through your garage and your barn?" And next thing you know, there's stuff that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's Aimee for you.
That's what I do.
She's like, "Hi, can I take this home?"
Excuse me, can I take this everything? So Drew lets me partake in garbage picking after we buy the house, of course, but before we, start demolishing everything.
Every Friday you guys go live?
Every Friday we go live. I'm usually coughing and, doing obnoxious things.
You do an awesome
on the
job.
phone.
I love it. It's amazing. Inspired Development.
Inspired
live
Development Group.
Every
Yes.
Friday.
Every Friday, 9:30, 10 o'clock, we go do an update on all of our projects, and you guys get to see, follow the journey with us, which, you can see some progress week to week. So if it's boring progress, I'll usually just take a picture or two and show you guys. But if it's something big, then I will show you. So.
Great learning experience for them as well.
Yes.
They see everything you guys going through, the challenges, changes you had to make in the middle of the project.
And the stuff that you don't know will happen. One of these projects in Maywood, we were supposed to completely take out a wall between the kitchen and dining room to completely open it up, and it was load bearing, and because of how the layout was, we had to, shrink the wall down a little bit. It's still open. It's half open instead of completely open. So, just kind of you can't have too perfect of a game plan because it will change. I have never seen a house from beginning to end that completely stayed the way the idea was. So you kind of got to be adaptable, and you got to, grow and move. And I'm excited about that house.
That's
Coming on the
super
market
exciting.
next week, yes. You've done a little bit of messing around with that, huh?
I have. I do. I enjoy that. I like the new builds. They are my jam. Mm-hmm. I am a fan for sure. I am. I don't want. Yeah.
Just period. We'll end it there.
Another episode. We'll talk about your jams.
Stay tuned here and talk about Kristina's construction jams.
Well, I didn't want to go over that, and then we're doing it.
No, I gotcha. Yeah.
We'll plug that one later, guys.
Yeah, we'll catch that one later.
We will.
I am also going to post this listing.
Yes, you should jam it in the camera.
I'm-
You have to make
Other
sure
camera.
both
We got a bunch
cameras.
of cameras.
That's
One,
great.
this is
Yeah,
the first
I
one.
know.
This is how we roll.
But we'll pop something up about it.
Yeah, I'll throw links on there. And
Yeah. It's a big, beautiful
Facebook,
house.
throw it in the podcast. We'll get all that information out. Same
Yeah.
thing with the development company.
Great.
We'll get all the information so they could start calling you and start getting their houses built.
Yes, built, fixed. We do just rehabs. If you have a house that you want to make a bigger kitchen, call us. We're here to do anything you guys need.
Yeah, and keep in mind also, if you already have a lot, if you already have property, if you already have a design or an idea of what you want, still reach out to Aimee for that. They can do that. It doesn't have to be something that they already have in their pipeline. It doesn't have to be our property or their property. Call, ask the questions. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah,
So ask away.
Anything with construction we do.
Yeah.
Remodeling, new construction,
Love
rehabs.
it. Very exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
You could also reach out to us and we'll introduce you to the builder. We'll help you with the whole process, or just go straight.
I'm messing.
We're kicking her out. She's not coming back.
It's a
She's
competition
greedy.
in this table.
She buzzed us out.
No, this is great.
I
This is
love
awesome.
it. I love it. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
today.
of course.
We appreciate
Thank
having
you.
you here.
This was great.
Anything else you want to plug before we wrap it up?
No, just reach out to me. The phone number is 708 480-6066. Or you can find us. Well, we have two.
Oh, okay.
We use 66 now. No, 7, yes. So yeah, you can either call us or you can find us on Facebook or Instagram, and yeah, get in contact with us. We're here to help you.
Kristina, you're up. Anything you got to say?
Yeah, reach out for any of your new construction, just real estate needs and questions in general. If you feel you're not ready yet, but you want to pick somebody's brain, guys, it's free. Pick away. We are little balls of knowledge, and what we don't know, we will find out for
balls.
you.
We're little balls.
You're
of
little
knowledge.
balls.
Well, I mean,
That's a little ball buzz.
Kind of glanced at the buzzer like little balls of
Can
knowledge.
I?
okay, and on that note,
You got
Rich,
buzzed. Good. Please like, subscribe, and follow. It's important. We love you for it. Appreciate you. That's it. I appreciate your time, guys. Take care. Stevie E, go ahead, hit the music.
thanks everybody.
Thank you.
See you next
Take
week.
care.
Bye.